What's the deal, it's the real, and welcome to the What's Your Perspective podcast, an open-ended podcast that values all perspectives. Yay! It's the first episode of Black History Month. Let's get into it, my brothers and sisters. Let's get into it. So, you know, like, I feel like I never really talk about culture that much, and I feel like it's a very, very heavy topic, but it's so many different, like, avenues into culture and, like, pop culture. And I feel like it's always something going on regarding culture and, like, Black culture specifically. It don't matter if it's a meme or it's a topic or like whatever is going on. I feel like it's always something happening within, like, the Black community. So it's really tough to, like, talk about something or touch on a topic and it's not, like, oversaturated or it's like you're tired of talking about it, you know. So since it's Black History Month, I want to discuss a topic that is very, very important to me, very near and dear to my heart. So Black History Month, literally, I want to talk about Black History Month. And I want to talk about the fact, I'm not sure if I'm the only one that's noticed this or the only one that feels like this, but I just feel like Black History Month gets overlooked, like, every year. I feel like it's just always gets overlooked. Like, it's February is the shortest month of the year, literally. I hate that, but regardless, I feel like Black History Month constantly gets overlooked by the commercialism of Valentine's Day. Now hear me out. It's like the same thing with Christmas, like how the gift of giving, like the whole, you know, intentionality of Christmas, like, gets overlooked by commercialism and colonialism. Like, it's Christmas, you know, like, people go buy gifts for people because that's, you know, something that you're supposed to do. So it's the same concept with Black History Month. I really feel like Black History Month is overlooked constantly. Like, I haven't been in school for a while, so, like, you know, elementary school, middle school, high school at this point. And I don't know, I know it's getting taken, like, Black history and just real history in general is getting taken out of textbooks in certain states and things of that nature. So I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate the way that Black History Month is starting to really, really get looked over and undervalued and not celebrated in schools. Like, once again, I don't know what that looks like in schools, but from what I've heard, it's not a prevalent topic in the education system, let alone Black History Month. Like, I just would hate for our culture to just get swept under the rug, especially with, like, people in my generation and my friends and family are, like, starting to have kids, and their kids are getting raised and, like, brought up in the public school system, and the history books don't even have their history in it. And let's be real here. American history is okay. Hold on, let me collect myself. Black history is American history, is world history. Do you hear me? That's all. That's it, and that's all. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. But no, for real, like, that's just something I don't appreciate. And that's something that's really been heavy on my heart lately, something that I've been thinking about, because I'm not in school anymore. So it's like, what can I do to, you know, do my part, essentially? So that's just something that I've really, really been thinking about lately. Yeah. But, you know, keep that near and dear to your hearts, okay? But let's get into the topics. Okay, so let's get into music this week. So I know I didn't really get the I haven't got the opportunity to, like, talk about this at all because of the fact that I posted a vlog last week instead of, like, posting an interview. So something that I really want to talk about that's really not even been weighing on me, it's just been pissing me off, quite frankly. The Nicki and Megan controversy. Like, it's the fact that Nicki Minaj is in rap beef. Rap beef, one, because the lady's supposed to be retired. That's for one. And for two, Nicki Minaj is a 40-year-old woman in rap beef with a 20-something-year-old. Girl, what? Like, let's be serious. Once again, I thought she was retired. And then her fan base is so toxic and weird to me. Like, seriously, like with the doxing. And you know what I was thinking about? Like, wow, because I never listened to Bigfoot all the way through, because I didn't need to, because it was on Instagram. But when I did go back and listen to it, something that stuck out to me so much was the fact that she spent 2 minutes at the end of this track, her little outro, basically like threatening Megan. And I'm in my head like, girl, do you not know that Megan can sue? Like, and mind you, when the song came out, it was fine. Like, it was just rap beef. It was simple little rap beef then. But once her fans started doxing, posting people's personal information, posting their addresses, posting their social security numbers, once her fan base started doing that, that's when her song Bigfoot really became a piece of evidence in a potential court case. I don't care what nobody say. And Megan has a good track record with winning cases. So let's be for real. Like, if I was Megan, I would take her to court. No faking. I would not care. I would get them people to serve her. Okay. Look, like, cause why? And then on top of that, like, oh my God, you know what? Because I really do feel like I can bring up, like, I can quote, literally I can quote it. And by the way, the song wasn't good. I feel like the barbs know the song wasn't good, but I'm about to mute it so I could just like read it off. But it's literally at the end of the song, and she was like, if you don't apologize to your mama in the next 24 hours, then it's gonna get uglier than Ken Barbie. Yeah, okay, literally she said one flow hoe, but trust, if you don't apologize to your mama in 24 hours, shit gonna get uglier than Ken Barbie. Okay, don't play. Also, I like to say to my supporters, I love you. May God bless you. You're amazing. Girl. Anyway, child, no, I'm playing. But no, seriously, Megan can really sue that lady. Like, no faking. She can really sue that lady, and I think she should, just to piss people off, because she knows she's gonna win. Like, literally, especially because that whole Megan's Law thing. Like, I really do think if nobody would have ever posted on the internet like, oh, Megan's the young woman, which, you know, unfortunately, essentially, if you guys don't know what Megan's Law is, Megan's Law was a law that was passed, I forgot which state. I have a phone. Let's read it. Let's read it, because I don't want to be wrong, and I do not want to disrespect anybody. I'm not interested in that. So Megan's Law is named after 7-year-old Megan Kanka, who was raped and killed by a known child molester and who had moved across the street from the family without their knowledge. In the wake of that tragedy, the Kankans sought out to have local communities warn about the sex offenders in the area. So yeah, so Megan's Law was originally enacted in 1996 and is now included in the more expanded sexual offender laws. So this doesn't really describe like what Megan's Law actually is. Oh, it basically makes public records for sex offenders, basically, which makes sense. So that was a good diss. That was funny. But yeah, I really do feel like if the internet never suggested like, hey, you should sue Megan because she was talking about your daughter negatively, which I don't agree. Personally, I don't think that Megan was trying to talk down on the Kanka family, like, period. I think it was more so just Megan had, you know, not necessarily issues, but Megan had her own personal, Megan Thee Stallion had her own personal run-in with the law, with the whole court case with Tory and that entire controversy, entire situation. And she ended up probably like thinking about the bar first and then looking it up like, oh, this is a real thing. I don't think it was negative at all. But once again, I feel like if the internet never said anything like, oh, the Kanka family should sue her for disrespectful, like, he would have never thought about that. He would have never heard the song. This is an old white man. That man is probably 70 or 80 years old. He was not thinking about that. He probably don't even know who Megan Thee Stallion is. Like, the internet just be killing me. But regardless, let's get back to the topic at hand. Yeah, the way that Nicki endorsed Ice Spice when she knows her talent will never touch hers is insane to me. Because at the end of the day, like, Nicki Minaj really does hate good female rappers. And I said what I said. Literally, Lotto, Cardi, and Megan, 3 great examples, prime examples. It's weird, and it just gives you want to be on top forever. And I get it, like, you know, you on your high horse, but baby, you're 40 years old. Give it up. Just give it up. And at the end of the day, there are people that are older that do make music, like Stevie Wonder still make music, classic artists. Jay-Z still made music, Beyonce still made music, but their behaviors are not the same as Nicki Minaj's. Like, they don't go out their ways to be seen, they don't go out their way to be heard. They produce their bodies of work for their fans, for themselves, and they keep it pushing. They go about their day. Nicki Minaj goes out of her way to interfere and get in the public. Like, girl, she said she was gonna retire, she didn't retire. Popped out with a baby with her husband. That's great for her. Give it a rest, babes. Like, give it a rest. Like, please. But regardless, unpopular opinion. If the rap girlies today was around back then, around in the early 2000s, 2010, like, Nicki's career would be in a hearse. Okay, she would never, she wouldn't have the same impact that she had at that time. If the rap girlies today was alive, they would eat her up, baby. They would eat her up. And the rap girlies today are so diverse. They're from different parts of the world. Different parts of the world. They're from different parts of the US. Like, the rap girlies today would have ate that lady up. Oh, she would never. Her career would never. And regardless, at this point, I really do feel like Nicki Minaj is washed up. I said what I said, washed up. Yes, she's a legend. You will never be able to take that from her. I would never take that from her. I would never try to discredit her. But at this point in her career, I really do feel like she's washed up. Because once again, you're 40 years old trying to rap beef with a 20-something-year-old. Go get a life. Immediately. But regardless, let's get into the drops this week. I'm not gonna lie, so there was one drop once again on this platform. I review full bodies of work. Just put my little 2 cents in. I Swear Vezo dropped. I didn't listen to it yet, so I'm not gonna review it. I gotta find time, honestly, but I don't know. I like the way he promoted it, though. I like the way he marketed the album, because I didn't even know he had an album coming out, and I be keeping up with music. But I found out that he had an album coming out because he went and gave free bus rides to everybody on 6 Mile, and I feel like that was super dope. So shout out to him for that. That was super dope. But yeah, I'm gonna go tap in. I'm gonna go listen to it. But since I don't have an album review this week, I'm going to just hop straight into my top 5 underrated artists of the week. Coming up first is going to be Shut Up Shy, and my favorite song by her is 5 a.m. Excuse me. Honestly, I really feel like Shut Up Shy is one of the most slept on artists, most slept on rappers in the city right now, in Detroit right now. And it's funny because on the song she dropped like a few weeks ago or a few months ago, she was talking about how she had a baby and everybody thought she was celibate, and just because she had a baby, that, you know, makes people think she's gonna stop, and she's not. And I've honestly, from the people I've had conversations with about like having children, like, you know, kids make you go harder, essentially. So, I mean, I feel like that's going to be more motivation for her. And I can't wait to see the bodies of work that she makes in the future. But coming up after that is going to be Ama Louise. I don't know where she's from. I really don't know nothing about this lady, but I love her music. Oh, my God. I stumbled upon her, like, on Apple Music one day. Amazing R&B artist. Like, oh my God. I'm just in love with her voice. Like, I'm just in love with her voice. It's so majestic and so calming. And my favorite song by her is Sending You Loving. And I just have no words. I think the underground, like, R&B scene is just, it's such a different vibe. Like, it's like their music just gives you a euphoric feeling. Like, I don't know. I just wish I can go around and like be in the studio with them. Like, I feel like R&B studio sessions just hit different than like rap sessions, because I done been in like rap studio sessions before and stuff, and they was cool. Like, some of them was turned, but it's I don't know. It's like I said, it's just a different vibe. I feel like with R&B artists, I feel like their process looks different. Like, you don't punch in, you know, when you sing R&B. Like, it's different. It's a formulated song. It's structured. It's just different, and I just admire that. But the next up is gonna be Mama Million. She's a Chicago rap artist, and I feel like girly can pop her shit. Like, girly can pop it, okay? Like, she's tough, and I love her wordplay. And I love her flow. So, like, I don't know. I feel like she's another artist, like, speaking of punching in, that punches in. So I think that's dope, honestly, because the songs still be put together. And the fact that she's from Chicago, it's like she fits so many bars into her song because she talks so fast. So, yeah, good artist. My favorite song by her right now is Detroit Slide. Next up is going to be Leo Waters. He's another R&B artist that I stumbled across, actually from Ama Louise. I hope I'm saying her name right. But yeah, I really like his music. He only has one song out on Apple Music, so, or no, yeah, he only has one song out on Apple Music, but it's dope to me. That's my favorite song right now. Not gonna lie. It's called Smoke and Mirrors. Yeah, it's called Smoke and Mirrors. And then last but certainly not least is going to be Shawty Cash. And honestly, I feel like he's the real baby goat of the city. Like, let's just be completely honest. He's another underrated, slept on artist. Like, I'm just really waiting for him to blow up. I'm like, last time I interviewed him, type into that interview if you haven't seen it yet. But last time I interviewed Shawty Cash, like, his he was on he was on Lyrical Lemonade. Like, I'm like, when's the Genius video coming? Like, Shawty Cash is so slept on, and it's so crazy to me. Yeah, I'm just waiting on him to blow. But honestly, just to describe him as an artist, I feel like Shawty Cash, like, his sound is very, very nostalgic. Like, he's a rapper that raps on top of all, like, very mellow and calm beats. And I feel like that's also a direct reflection of who this man is. Like, he very calm, real out the way, like, you feel me, real nonchalant individual. So who he is really comes out in his music. But yeah, it's just like a 90s vibe, if that's what you're looking for, but shawty type, you know? So yeah. But my favorite song by him right now is Actual Factual 3. So moving on to entertainment for this week. Please. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Raising Kanan. Look, okay, I thought they was gonna be dead by now. I thought everybody was gonna be dead or in jail, and that's honestly what looks like is going to happen. So y'all already know Rock is about to kill, what's his name? To kill her brother. What's his name? Lou. About to go kill Lou because he talked too much. Like, honestly. And like I said, I told y'all everybody was gonna be dead or in jail. I just hope Juke opportunity isn't gone. Like, it's not like she did anything with the police, so I don't feel like she should be penalized with this group or nothing. I just hope that didn't blow that opportunity, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just ready to see what happens in episode 10. So I don't really have like too much to say about this episode. But I mean, everything I thought was gonna happen is currently happening. Like, Juliana already got knocked off. Lou was about to die. Marvin, like, the whole operation is like, it's about to flop. Literally, everybody is about to go to jail. Detective Howard is about to get caught up. Like, look, it's not looking too good for nobody, for anybody. For that matter, right now, on Raising Kanan. So I'm really looking forward to episode 10 that come out this upcoming week. But you know, something that my friend actually pointed out, shout out X, that was actually got me thinking, that was actually really dope the way he put it together, is that Kanan is the only person that Ronnie gives respect to. And my friend was telling me, like, all right, so he made up this theory that was like, okay, what if Ronnie was like with DeathCon in jail, in prison? So he mean like romantically. So what I thought about was like, okay, what if they were ops outside because they were both selling work? I don't really remember if they were selling work together, but they was both selling work, or whatever. And my theory is that they got real cool in jail, and low-key DEFCON told him to look out for his son, which I feel like makes the most sense to me. But for him to have the respect that he has for Kanan, it just looks different, because I don't know, my friend was like, Ronnie can really like knock Kanan off and like nobody will pay no attention. Like, they done killed kids in the show before and you know, nothing shook. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but you gotta think about it. Like, it's so much that's tied to Kanan. Kanan done dropped people. He done attempted multiple murders. He's in this, really in the game now. Like, I feel like it looks different if Kanan were to get knocked off, aside from him like being the main character. But yeah, I don't know, but I think that's a real interesting theory that they was like together, because he was like, what did X say? He was like, yeah, Ronnie doesn't like deal with women or kiss women or anything like that. He doesn't like women. He was definitely with Juliana in that one episode, but I see what he's saying though. But I don't feel like he's affectionate to anybody. I just think I don't think he's all the way there to be affectionate with anybody. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. But regardless, moving on to Young and Reckless on Now That's TV. Honestly, the crazy thing to me about Young and Reckless is that it's only 1 week. Them girls is only in that house for like 7 days. And it's better than Baddies. It's better than every single season of Baddies ever. Literally. It really does give Bad Girls Club. It gives OG Bad Girls Club, because they were actually doing stuff. They were doing fun stuff, different stuff. They was playing a game where they was like throwing eggs at each other. They was playing tug of war. They was going to decorate and design shoes at the mall. Like, they were doing fun stuff that was actually like building their sisterhood up. Yeah, they was fighting too. They was getting to it, squabbling. but it's just hit different when they actually doing something besides fighting. Like, nobody wants to watch Pretty Girl Fight Club every Sunday. Nobody wants to see that. But I do feel like this was a really great, and it was only season 1, so I feel like this was a really great season. The entire cast had great energy, and the season was hosted very well. You know, shout out Ferrari. So yeah, I really do like this group of girls, or at least on TV, I like this group of girls, you know, for what they are, which is, you know, characters, because I'm watching the show. Except for the blonde girl. Both of the blonde girls. I don't really know their names. I don't like them, so I don't remember their names. But yeah, I really did like it. And it's crazy. It's crazy to me how Sav never got in a fight. She went the whole week without squabbling with nobody, but without getting in no fights. But I don't know. I don't think none of them, well, half of the fights should have happened for real. It was messy. Yeah, but regardless, I'm happy also that Ivory, speaking of fighting, I'm happy that Ivory got the opportunity to like grow throughout the show. Like, watching it really did seem like they was in that house for so long. So I understand why Ivory probably felt like she grew so much, but I think it was because of what she said in the show, like in her like little outro, like, you are who you hang around. So the fact that she was around girls that was actually about to, or some of them that was actually about their business, willing to work, you know, like, I think it definitely hit different, like being around a group of girls that was actually goal-oriented and just didn't want to fight all the time. So yeah, I think that was real valuable for Ivory, and I'm happy that she got the opportunity to grow this season. But moving on to Baddies East. So once again, I'm just over the Jamaica episodes. I just want to see the reunion. Just give me the reunion. I just want to see. I want to see who fights and who wins and who loses. All that. I want to see if Scarface get beat up, if she actually get jumped. You know, everything everybody else wants to know. And it's crazy how Krishan and Saya won't be at the reunion, or, you know, at least in the previews, it don't look like they'll be at the reunion. Which is, they were still a part of the cast, so why they not coming, you know? But yeah, Sapphire, she's still weird to me, very, very weird to me. She'll always be weird to me because I would never do that to my friend. I would never let anybody plan in the people I love face at all. And then, I don't know, I would just feel like a punk. I'm so sorry. Just the way that entire thing was set up. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go ahead, watch it. It's probably on YouTube somewhere. Sapphire and Suki getting into it with Rolly and, what's her name? EBT. Yeah. That was embarrassing to me. Suki was right. That was very, very embarrassing. I would be embarrassed to be her friend too. Because for you to not even stick up for me, or at least say something like, stop talking about my friend, or who are you talking to? Something as simple as that. I would have been grateful for that over what Sapphire did. Like, regardless though, but in this last episode, Sapphire did redeem herself because Mariah was leaking, like, her whole eye. I might insert a picture to be funny, but her whole eye, like, busted, like, blood running down. I said, oh my, like, and I'm like, they was fighting in the water. How did that even happen? How did you hit her like that in the water? Almost drowned with a busted eye, baby. Please. But once again, this was just another episode that they dragged. All of this stuff, they could have put all the good stuff in like one episode and had like 5 episodes this season. Zeus be dragging it, and I mean, I don't pay for Zeus anyway, but still, they just drag it. I'm over Zeus after this season. I'm not gonna lie to you. And once again, okay, so Biggie is funny for what she said in her little outro confessional. She was like, I love all the girls except for Smiley or Frowny or whatever she said. It's like, Frowny, I don't like you. I don't have nothing good to say about you. But yeah, all the rest of the girls are cool with me. Oh my God, I was cracking up. I was crying, bro. I was crying. Cracking up. But yeah. And okay, look, I'm so sorry, y'all, for giving y'all like all these reality TV show reviews for like the last 3-4 episodes, which is basically every episode I had since like my rebrand. So sorry to y'all. I need to find time to like go to the movies, and I'm just really, these are fillers until all the good shows come back on. Till Abbott come back on, till P Valley come back on. Raising Kanan is fine, but yeah, BMF like goes. I'm waiting for the good shows to come back on. Till, you know, yeah. I'm just mad that Raising Kanan gotta get put with Baddies, and when actually Young and Reckless is good, so that was fine. But yeah, sorry for all the reality TV. I don't usually watch reality TV, but yeah. And that is all for entertainment this week. But regardless, all right, so now to get into sports for this week. So you know what, I'm gonna just hop straight into it. So the Warriors really did disappoint me they've just been disappointing me this whole season. Skipped a week, they've been disappointing me this whole season, and it's been bad. Like even before Draymond, it was bad. So and Draymond's back, and it's still bad. Like it's literally still bad. So my thing is, like, they're going into OT. They've been going into OT probably like at least 5 games in the last 2 weeks. They went OT, and they're still not winning. They went into overtime 5 times, and they're still not winning. What's the real problem? Like what's the real issue? Cause bro, and you know what, I thought about it. I'm like, okay, something I do discuss a lot in sports is the fact that the talent pool is growing, and like players are much more diverse. Like, you know, Wemby is a really good example. You know, so he's a big man that can also serve as a guard. You know, it's a lot of, you know, really diverse talent now. And I tried to pay homage to that, but it's like, nah, like, if you want to be honest, Steph is new talent. Like, nobody's ever seen a 3-point shooter like Steph. So that's a thing. And then I'm like, okay, maybe it's because the Warriors as a team is like getting older. And I'm like, no, it can't be that. It can't be that they're getting older, because Bron is pushing 40. My baby Bron is pushing 40. And the Lakers are still winning. And they won that one game. Was they playing the Celtics this week? I forgot who they was playing. But the Lakers played without Bron because he was hurt. And they still won. So it's not that. It's not, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's up with the Warriors, but they've really been letting me down. They've really been letting me down this season. It's been pissing me off. But you know what? On to better news. Big news for this week. Big news for Lady Hoops again. JuJu Watkins scores 41 points during a game against Stanford, putting up a crazy number for a normal player, let alone a freshman player. Literally, let alone a freshman. Crazy numbers. And it's crazy because it's even crazier because the team only scored 67 points in total. So somebody else put up the 17, she put up 50, like, or 51. And somebody else put up 16. Like, that's crazy work to me. That's crazy work. Like, that's amazing to see though. She's a great young talent. So shout out JuJu. And honestly, you know what? So that leads me to my top 5 Lady Hoopers. I feel like I'm giving y'all a list of like my top 5 Lady Hoopers in like every episode, or I feel like I talk about it, but I don't like go into detail like with the like vivid rationale or like whatever. But anyways, I'm gonna get into it. Maybe it's because like I don't post a promo for my top 5 Lady Hoopers, so I just be talking about it, and I don't never like actually post the content of the. I don't post promo content on like Instagram or like TikTok, so maybe that's why I feel like I just talk about it so much and it's never like released. So maybe after this, I don't know, but I feel like Lady College Hoops is bigger than boys college hoops. Like, I know people watch like boys college hoops and was already like betting on the teams and stuff like that, but I don't know, I feel like it hit different now. I feel like women's college ball is better than boys college ball. I don't know. I don't know what it is though, and it's not the fact that they're women. It's just the fact that I don't know, man. I think they play harder. You know, women in general just do it better. But I don't know. Maybe it is because they play a little harder. You know. They got something to fight for. But let's get into my top 5 Lady Hoopers. Coming in at number 5 is wants to be Cameron Brink. She's a senior at Stanford. She's a guard, I believe. She's currently averaging 17.6 points per game with 11.6 rebounds and 2.2 assists. So I feel like she's a very balanced, you know, an equal force offensively and defensively. So she's just an all-around, like, well-rounded player. But she could ball out though. That's the thing. Like, her being so consistent, although like, cause these are 2023 stats. So 17.6 points per game this season. But I don't know. I feel like she's a dope player. She's a dope role player. And she plays well. She was also a part of Stanford's national championship team her freshman year, which I feel like really plays a big part in, you know, her story of, you know, becoming the player she is today, and like the value that she offers the team. Cause she's seen them win the national championship. I'm not sure if they won. She's seen them get to the championships. So she knows how to win. So that's another thing I appreciate about Brink's game. But moving on to number 4 is going to be Mackenzie Holmes. She currently averages 20.5 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 1.4 assists. And mind you, I think she's a super senior, but she was injured at a point in time. So for you to be injured, and I think she was either injured for half of the season or the entire season, but she still averages 20.5. Like, that's crazy that season didn't, you know, drastically change like her average and her stats. But she has a shot percentage of 63.5% from the field, which is tough alone. It's tough alone. But she's the heart of her team. And she's a senior at Indiana, which is a given as to why I feel like she would be like the heart of her team. Like, she's one of the best players on her team, and she kind of carries. I feel like she's a great role player. But she does, since she is so seasoned also, she's able to carry her team and carry her team efficiently to wins, which has been dope to watch. So moving on from that, at number 3 is going to be Angel Reese. She's currently averaging 19.6 points per game this season, 12.2 rebounds, and 2.2 assists. Reese has been able to deliver in a way that no transfer has been able to deliver, and I really want to stand on that. Yeah, like she puts up huge numbers, and her points per game dropped this season. I think honestly I'm gonna just pay that, like, charge that to her missing the first few games this season, and also with like her team just being, they're all role players. I feel like it's so Anisha, I believe, on LSU averages like 25 points per game. Like, it's tough. Flage, she averages 13. Like, they have some good role players on their team. Like, it's tough to share stats, I feel like, or share points when you on a team where you can pass it to anybody any of the 5 on the court and then be able to deliver. So yeah, but I mean, regardless, we all know who Angel Reese is. She's put up huge numbers and led LSU to a championship. She's the second in the league with the highest amount of rebounds, or highest rebound average, and she's obviously helped drastically with putting lady college hoops on the map, and just lady hoops in general back on the map, like, or just on the map in general. I think that the traction that college lady hoops has really like accumulated over the past few years, or has helped WNBA traction, like, you know, rise, just because of the fact that we want to see these products in their final form and like see how they're gonna progress. Like, I definitely would pay to go see Angel Reese play for the Liberty in New York. I would love to do that. So I just feel like it's dope. Like, it's dope. I really like it. I feel like I say this all the time. I love that the talent pool is growing. I love that the opportunities for women in sports is growing. So if we're just being honest, I love it here. I love it here. Yeah, I love it here. I love the way that the sports world, I love the direction that the sports world is headed in. But yeah, so moving on, and coming in at number 2 is going to be Caitlin Clark. She currently averages 30.4 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 7.9 assists. We all know who Caitlin Clark is. She's amazing. She's the literal definition of a GOAT. I don't care what nobody say. Like, she has, I wish that Kobe, Bryant, and Jordan went to college, so it could be easier to like compare them statistically, because that's what I be trying to do. Like, I it's a competition. So what I try to do, like, when I come up with like my top 5 is obviously compare the players. So I was trying to compare a few of these players to, you know, Kobe, Bryant, Jordan, but they didn't go to college, so I can't really do that. And I feel like when you have more preparation and more years behind you, it obviously benefits you more, which is why I feel like a lot of people coming into the NBA now, what's his name? He played for the Mavericks. Oh my God, he's a dog, amazing hooper. I just can't think of his name. But yeah, played for the Mavericks though. I think he got drafted like 2021-ish. He's 21. Whatever, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I wish I could compare her, because she's really a GOAT. I think her stats would have been higher than a lot of people's, or those 3 if they went to college. But whatever. She won National Player of the Year in 2023, and she's currently, hear me, she's currently leading the nation in points, assists, and 3-pointers. She has broken countless records, as we all know, and she is a complete force to be reckoned with. Like, Caitlin Clark, crazy work. Like, I would love to just sit in a practice with her and just watch her practice. Like, I would love to watch this woman practice. Like, seriously, I would love to see the dedication, like, come out in practice, come out on the court. Like, crazy work. I know you're wondering, oh my God, if Caitlin Clark is number 2, who's number 1? JuJu Watkins. Yes, and hear me out. JuJu Watkins, I put her at number 1. Just look, she's currently averaging 27.2 points per game with 7.1 rebounds and 2 assists. Me personally, I just love young talent, so that's one thing, but that's not the reason why I put her at number 1. Mind you, JuJu Watkins is still a freshman. She's still a freshman, and the season's not over yet. It's like the mid-ish it's February. It's like the mid-ish point in the season, honestly. And come on, it's the mid-ish point in the season. She's in her freshman year, and that's what she's averaging right now, 27.2 points. She just had her first 51-point game, and she's literally right now, she's averaging almost just as many points as Caitlin Clark did. Caitlin Clark, up until like a few games ago, she was averaging like 27.7 points, literally, because I was watching it. She was averaging like 27.20 points, or she was 27.2 points, or she was averaging 27.2 points her first 3 years, so her freshman year to her junior year. JuJu's averaging that right now. So just think about that. And on top of that, we all know JuJu's well-rounded. She's a playmaker. And once again, I just want to remind y'all, this is her freshman year of college. So just imagine what she's going to be like next year and the following. And in her senior year, imagine how many records she's going to break. What her average is going to be like. Seriously, she's going to be a dog. Like, JuJu Watkins is going to be a dog. And I feel like she's going to top Caitlin. I feel like she's going to top a lot of people if she just keeps going, keeps being consistent. But it's something that I don't want to happen, since something that did happen is what happened in that 51-point game. I don't want her team to like get lazy and only depend on her. Like, I feel like it's gonna put a lot onto that player, and it's not necessarily gonna hinder her, but it will. Like, the pressure only being put on you all the time, and your team not putting in the work. They just making sure you get open, which I guess it is work-ish, but y'all gotta be able to put work into. Like, y'all gotta pull y'all weight. So yeah, I just hope that her team grows with her throughout these next few years, and I hope the people that are the ladies that are coming in next season. I hope the ladies that are coming in next season are going to put in just as much work as JuJu as well. So yeah, once again, complete force to be working with. Shout out to JuJu. She's a dope ass individual, dope ass player. Something that I've been saying constantly is that the WNBA, just the talent pool, once again in general, is going to look completely different. But specifically the WNBA, I saw a stat somewhere. I don't know if it was 116 or 120%. I think it was 116. I be having random facts up there, but WNBA ticket sales rose 116%. Like in the last year, or like since like 2022 or in 2022, something like that. Y'all can look that up, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's crazy. And that's like, just imagine Caitlin, my entire top 5, them being in the NBA right now. And yes, I do get it. Like, just same thing for the NBA. It's different when you actually get into the league versus playing college. Like, we've all seen players that we thought were going to perform so well, that perform so well in college, and don't perform that well their rookie year. It's an adjustment. It really is an adjustment, and I get it. But I feel like these players are going to do so well in the WNBA, in the G League, overseas, wherever they decide to go. I just feel like the game is going to change, and it's gonna look completely different. They're going to work them old heads. They're going to work Candace Parker. They're going to work Teresa, whatever her name is. She's like the leading scorer in the WNBA with like 10,000 points. They're going to work them. They are going to work them old heads, baby, okay? Like Skylar Diggins, like, they're going to work them. They definitely going to get them a run for their money, because you got to think about it. Like, the average WNBA player averages like 15 points per game. And everybody I named literally averages over 20 points per game. Like, or have averaged over 20 points per game at a point in time. So, yes, like, I just cannot wait. I'm very excited. Just mark my words. The WNBA environment, the culture is gonna look completely different, and sports is gonna look completely different in a good way though. So that is something that I'm definitely looking forward to. Definitely looking forward to. Yeah, I'm very excited to see where the talent pool is headed, you know, for the next few years. In all sports, honestly. It's a very exciting time to be alive right now. Yeah. But it is February, and it is, I don't know what today is. I think it's like the 4th or the 5th, something like that. But Super Bowl Sunday, it's next Sunday, it's next week. And of course, once again, I absolutely love young talent. So I decided to make a top 5 NFL rookies list. Okay. Ooh, that sounds like I put it, but I didn't, I promise. So these are my top 5 NFL rookies right now. And since the season season is done, basically, all these stats are accurate. So I'm happy. Like, this is what it is. Okay. So starting at number 5 is going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. He's a Lions rookie running back. And I feel like he was just a great draft pick for Brad Holmes. He made such a big impact on the team, as you can see. And I feel like he's one of the pivotal parts and reasons as to why they even made it to the playoffs in the first place. Like, he plays really well with the team. He has great chemistry with them. So yeah, he's great at running the ball inside, outside, and he has amazing catching efficiency. And once again, he's just all-around great playmaker and a great player, honestly, especially as a rookie. So he's been able to accumulate 945 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns, and 182 carries throughout this entire season, which has once again been really dope to watch, especially for a rookie on the home team after we've been losing for the last 30 years. So it's been dope again to watch sports just blossom and like flourish like this, like players coming in and changing the whole algorithm, like being disruptions to everything. It's been dope. It's been dope to watch. It's been super cool. Like, I love that. But moving on from that, coming in at number 4 is going to be Sam Laporta. Once again, Lions rookie tight end. It's been an amazing year for him, as we've all been able to see. An amazing year for the tight end. He's a big guy, as we know. But he can play in line. He can play in the slot, inside. He has great mobility, bro. Great mobility. And it's crazy because once again, like, you pick rookies up not knowing if they're actually going to be able to perform in like a real high pressure environment. Like, this is your dream. You're literally living in your dream. Everybody can't handle that. So I'm happy that they showed up and showed out. So I'm proud of Laporta and I'm proud of Gibbs for coming and doing what they needed to do for the Lions this year and for themselves, honestly. Because Laporta, first of all, he's also the only tight end in NFL history to log 3 or more receptions and 35 or more receiving yards in each of his first 8 career games. Crazy work. So he ended the season with 889 receiving yards, 89 receptions, and 10.3 yards per carry. I can't make this up. I can't make this shit up, babes. Like, he had a great season for a rookie, a great season in general. Breaking a record like that, And, you know, moving on to another record-breaking rookie. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Jalen Carter. He's the Eagles rookie defensive tackle, and he's the highest graded rookie interior defender, surpassing Aaron McDonald's 2014 season with 33 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 4 sacks, and 1 defensive touchdown. He's definitely a definite shoo-in for rookie defender of the year. I cannot wait to see that. Definite shoo-in. And if somebody went over him, it was rigged. I don't care. It was rigged. It was rigged. But moving on to my number 2 is gonna be Puka Nacua. He's the LA Rams wide receiver. Another record-breaking rookie. He has great zone coverage. He's very physical, and he makes almost every catch. Like, it's amazing to watch him work on the field, especially the way he works with Matthew Stafford. I feel like that changed the Rams offense so drastically. Like, it really shows. Like, I feel like these rookies came in and disrupted a lot of stuff, and even if it wasn't really like recognized, like, oh, like the Rams offense changed completely, it's just like, no, like this playmaker came in, showed up, put the work in, made the offense better. So yeah, so it's been great to watch him with Matthew Stafford. And look, I don't know who will win Rookie of the Year between Puka and my number 1. So, coming in at number 1 is going to be CJ Stroud. It's going to be CJ Stroud. He's a quarterback for Houston, Texas, the Houston Texans. I never knew that was really their, like, mascot, the Houston Texans. That's all y'all could come up with? Come on. Y'all got the Houston Rockets. Y'all could have came up with something better. Something better. Y'all could have came up with something better. But you know what? Let's get back to the stats. So coming in at number 1 is going to be CJ Stroud. He's a quarterback for Houston Texans. Once again, he's just an elite ball thrower. He has great mobility, and he has been really, really consistent throughout the season, which is why he's in this number 1 spot for me, and probably for everybody else in the nation that watches football. Like, he is probably the most consistent rookie that I've seen in a while that was able to not only keep his spot like on the field, but, you know, for the people too. Like, I feel like he's really well-rounded. But yeah, even under pressure, like, he doesn't fold. Like, he knows, like, oh no, like, when somebody isn't open, like, I gotta run it. I gotta run the ball. So I feel like he's also open to, you know, taking those risks, which is great. Great for a quarterback to, you know, have those qualities. And as a rookie, it's even better. Like, it's even better. It's been great to see. But as far as the stats goes, he ended the season with 3,631 passing yards, 20 touchdown passes, and 143 rushing yards. He surpassed the expectations for his first season in the NFL. Like, that's crazy work. Crazy work. But you know what? Shout out to him. He's my number 1, and I honestly feel like he is going to win Rookie of the Year. And if he don't win Rookie of the Year, I don't know. I gotta get him a cupcake or something. I don't know, but I just can't see that happening. I just can't see him not winning Rookie of the Year. Well, I mean, if Puka win, then that'll be what I don't know. But I'm definitely excited to watch the Super Bowl. I wasn't gonna watch the Super Bowl at first because I just feel like it's bold that Baltimore and Detroit is not playing together at the Super Bowl, or playing against each other at the Super Bowl. I'm just real bitter about that. I feel like they could have won. They fumbled the ball for whatever reason. Y'all didn't fumble the whole season. Y'all haven't dropped the ball the whole season, literally. but y'all dropped the ball at the most important game of the season. But you know what? I ain't even gonna be like that, you know. I'm gonna let it go. So I'm gonna put my pride to the side and I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl. But I'm just very excited to see who wins, because I really don't know who's gonna win. I don't even have like an idea of who I feel like is gonna win, because I don't care no more. But I'm really excited more to see what happens with these rookies and where they go, where their career takes them, and what the next season looks like for them. So that is my perspective on music, entertainment, and sports. Thank you for tapping in. And you know what? I just have one question. What's your perspective?